Yep. Still have a boner. What's happening, film nerds? Dave the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of Ready Player One. And of course, Ready Player One is based off the book written by Ernest Cline, which I have not read yet, and I wanted to read it before I saw the movie, but it's just, I'm trying to find more time to read because I feel like I should read more as opposed to reading my Twitter feed. So hopefully I'll get around to it eventually, but it's it's based off his book. He actually co-wrote the screenplay with Zach Penn, who has written, a lot of great nerdy movie stuff. And of course, it's directed by Steven Spielberg. And of course, it stars Ty Sheridan, Olivia Cooke, Ben Mendelsohn, and well, it's got various other people in there, but I'm not going to mention everybody. And in the movie, you kind of already know what's going on. You've seen the trailers. We follow Wade, who's living in Columbus, Ohio. He's living in the stacks. And, he's living with his aunt because his parents are no longer around. And, of course, he basically taps into something called the Oasis. Virtual reality. It's where we're headed, folks. I don't know if we'll get there by 2045. At least not. Who knows, though? I mean, that's still... it's a little less than 30 years away. It could very well happen, and VR is already happening, augmented reality stuff. Pretty cool, but anyways, you can go in there, and you could basically be like a whole other person. You can have an avatar, you could get coins, you just get upgrades. I mean, if you played a video game, it's just, you're just in a video game. And the creator of the Oasis has passed away, Mr. Halliday, played by Mark Rylance, who he won an Academy Award 2 years ago. He's basically like this awkward dude who created this world, and of course, you got Simon Pegg, who was like his partner. They helped create it, but it was mainly his baby. And as he passed away, he basically lets everybody know that he has hidden this one giant Easter egg, and if you find it, if you use the clues and you find the Easter egg, guess what? You get the whole place. Very much Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but it's whatever. And that's pretty much what's happening. And then, of course, Ben Mendelsohn, I always want to say Mendelsohn. I swear, like Middleditch, Middlestein. There's so many of those kind of names. You just like they all sound the same. Anyways, he's a business guy who he really wants to take control of the Oasis and monetize it to the absolute max. Of course, he plays that asshole businessman dude, who just wants to rule everything. And of course, we got a little rebellion going on. Olivia Cooke and some of the other people that he is associated with, never met in real life. I mean, it's very much how we look at social media, but and even gaming because you can create your avatar and everything like that. And you develop relationships with people, but you never really meet them in real life. But there's a whole rebellion happening, so they must get the Easter egg and of course stop the baddies from getting it. So what did I think of Ready Player One? Oh, this movie's awesome. Spielberg. Steven goddamn Spielberg. I mean, this is just total. This is 100% Steven Spielberg. This guy knows. He just like knows what the audience wants. I think. He does his biopics, his history movies and everything. I mean, he did The Post recently, and that was a good movie. I mean, it wasn't like my favorite, but it got nominated, for Academy Awards and everything. And then he just turns around and does something like this and completely knocks it out of the water. I felt like a kid, and you will too. I mean, I'm a child. I was born in the 80s. So there's a lot of things I pinpointed. I'm like, oh my God, there's the Bigfoot truck. I had that toy, like the big one. Characters everywhere. I mean, it's almost overwhelming. There's so much to look at, and I've even seen like posts saying like, Ready Player One has way too many Easter eggs. It's distracting. And I'm going, yes, that is true. There's a lot to look at. There's things everywhere, and I found myself scanning every shot almost. And of course, when two characters are having dialogue with each other, you can get taken away with that because you're too busy looking at stuff. And I spotted one specific Easter egg that just stood out to me, and I was like, "Oh my God, that is so awesome!" And I didn't think like many people would actually find it, but it's on various. There's a lot of posts out there on articles that have the Easter egg guide for Ready Player One. And I'm going, I was gonna do like a little contest thing, but sadly, it's like okay, yeah, I guess I get why it's there. Totally forgot the writer. But there's a lot to look at, so what I recommend to you is to go watch the movie. Yeah, you can look around, but don't scan too much. Be with the characters, follow the story, And then when you go see it again, that's when you start looking around at all the crazy characters and the Easter eggs and everything. I mean, there's references up the ass. I mean, it's overloaded. It is, but I had no qualms with it at all. It's a thrill ride from start to finish. I mean, when it comes to story, when it comes to character development and the background and stuff like that, Spielberg and, the writers, they didn't really want to concentrate, I don't think, too much on it. I'm sure with the book there was a little more to it, but, when it comes to the real world stuff, I mean, you see Wade and you see, like, his home life, and it's not that great with his aunt and her abusive boyfriend. And, they don't really go in deep with it. I mean, if you're looking for that, you're not going to really get it here. I mean, it's mainly just all about the oasis, following the clues, and just seeing. I mean, the opening race sequence, Spielberg does that thing that Nolan has done and other directors do, but he pulls it off so flawlessly. No music! There's no score going through it, and you're just hearing sound effects and dialogue, and it is so intense, and it is so fantastic. It's not every scene, but I mean, a lot of it just, wow. I mean, it's dazzling. You're like in this video game, and it's cool too because, a lot of things that plague, especially like superhero movies, especially like third acts, when it's CGI heavy, a lot of people go like, oh yeah, I mean, Black Panther, for instance, sometimes it's that third act, that fight scene, they look rubbery as hell, and you're like, where do these rhinos come from? The lighting's off, stuff like that. Even in other movies too, they don't have to worry about that because it's supposed to look like a video game. I have no gripes. I have no gripes whatsoever. I cannot wait to see it again. Like I said, it's not going to be, if you're looking for more depth in this, that, and this. No, this is just an entertaining movie, pop culture up the ass. So you're just going to be blown away by pop culture. And like I said, it's going to be one of those movies you just watch again and again and again, and you're going to spot something new every time because I have a feeling there's a lot of things I missed. There's a lot of things I did catch, but I even looked at some of those guys too, and I'm like, I didn't see that. So I cannot wait to see it again. And it does have a message too that, hey, sometimes we just got to log off and go outside. So it does have that little meaning too, obviously. It has it's not really even a hidden message, it's just a message. So yes, I have no gripes about this movie at all. It is super entertaining. It's epic. Take the kids, take whoever. It's fun for the whole family. Yes, I use the F word. I mean, there's like some, oh man, there's just some good stuff that I would actually love to talk about. Maybe I'll do a spoiler review. Maybe. So am I going to put it on the wall of favorite movies of 2018? Of course I am. Why did I even say that? Get up there. Oh, it's so good. I can't wait to see it again. I'm ready to see. Oh man, even the Avatar that Ben Mendelsohn, I mean, he's so good too. If you just want some asshole villain, just call that guy. There's something about his look, the way he talks and everything, and that's what it is. He plays a bad guy and an asshole in pretty much everything he does, and he's going to be a villain in like 2 more big movies that are coming out next year or this year. Go see it, guys. Go see it. Support this movie. I highly recommend it. I mean, especially if you're a nerd like me, and I know most of you are. You're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it. So there you go, guys. That is my review for Ready Player One. Let me know if you saw it down below in the balls area and what you thought about it. Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel. Visit filmjunkie.com for my content. And, of course, visit the closet for shirts and stickers, guys. My mouth is watering. That's what this movie does. Anyways, guys, talk to you later.